In a bustling village there lived a man named Suman. He was once full of hope and dreams, but over time he had become overwhelmed with the chaos of life. Every day he faced constant struggles, work pressure, relationship issues, and his own inner frustrations. Despite his best efforts, he felt lost, restless, and unhappy. One day, in the midst of his distress, Suman heard of a wise man named Buddha, who was known for offering profound teachings that could change lives. Desperate for a solution to his problems, Suman decided to visit him. He heard that Buddha often meditated in a serene forest, far away from the noise of the village. So Suman set out on a long journey, hoping to find peace and answers. After hours of walking, Suman finally arrived at the place where Buddha was meditating under a large Bodhi tree. Buddha sat calmly, his eyes closed, his posture still and peaceful. Suman felt a momentary calm just by looking at him, but the weight of his problems quickly returned. He approached Buddha and knelt before him. "Master," Suman said, his voice shaking, "I am troubled by so many things in my life. I feel like I am drowning in frustration. No matter how hard I try, nothing seems to go right. I am confused, anxious, and lost. I need your help. Please tell me what I must do to find peace." Buddha opened his eyes slowly, his voice gentle and steady. "Suman," he said, "you are searching for peace outside of yourself, but true peace is within. You carry the weight of your frustrations because you have not yet learned to let go. All your pain comes from attachment, the attachment to your expectations, your desires, and your thoughts." Buddha stood and gestured toward the forest around them. "Let me share with you a story," he said. "There once was a man who carried a heavy bag full of stones, each stone representing a worry or frustration. The man walked for miles, the weight of the bag growing heavier with each step. One day he met a wise man who asked him, 'Why do you carry that burden?' The man replied, 'I cannot let go of it, for each stone represents something that is important to me.' The wise man smiled and said, 'But by carrying this burden, you are only exhausting yourself. If you want to walk freely, you must let go of the stones one by one.'" Suman's eyes widened as he began to understand. Buddha smiled and continued, "In the same way, you must let go of your attachments. When you release the weight of your desires and expectations, your mind becomes free, and peace will naturally follow." Buddha gave Suman a small wooden board with a carving on it. "This is a reminder for you," he said. "Every time you feel overwhelmed, remember to take a step back and breathe. When your mind is clouded, focus on your breath and let go of everything else. By practicing mindfulness, you will slowly untangle the knots of frustration in your heart." Suman took the board and read the words carefully. "Peace comes when we let go of what we cannot control." As Suman sat quietly reflecting on Buddha's words, something shifted within him. The tightness in his chest began to loosen. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He realized that he had been holding on to his worries and fears for far too long. Slowly, the frustration that had been consuming him started to fade, replaced by a sense of calm and acceptance. He thanked Buddha, who smiled and said, "The journey is within you, Suman. Continue practicing mindfulness, and peace will follow wherever you go." Suman returned to the village, but he was no longer the same man. The challenges he faced hadn't disappeared, but he no longer felt the weight of them. With each breath, he was able to let go of his anxieties. He shared Buddha's teachings with those around him, helping others find peace in their own lives. As the sun set behind the mountains, Suman walked through the village with a smile, his heart light and filled with gratitude.